What's going on, New England Patriots fans? It's your boy, JP Football Fanatics here, back with you once again with the NFL schedule that has been released to the public, finally, something that all NFL fans have been waiting for the last 3 months since after the Super Bowl, really, realistically, if you're a football fanatic like I am, of course. Now, each of the 32 teams have now officially released their schedule as of last night, May 11th, 2023 at 8 p.m. So all the teams' schedules are officially out, which means that there are some good primetime games, some good early slate afternoon games, and so on and so forth, and even some holiday games as well that are going to be being played here this year. So I am here to go ahead and I'm going to give you my season prediction for the 2023-24 NFL season for the New England Patriots. Where do you think your New England Patriots are going to be this year? Do you think they're going to be above 500? Do you think they're going to be below 500? Or do you think they're going to be right around the cusp there where they just make their way into the playoffs? Let me know in the comments down below. Please drop a like on this video and also please subscribe to the YouTube channel as well, because anytime I post new content on here is always good stuff, and it helps me give the best feedback possible from all of you guys as far as what other content I should be following and covering on this YouTube channel. I care about you guys so much that I want to be able to provide the best content to you as best as possible. So let us begin with the 2023-24 NFL season for the New England Patriots. Let me pull up the schedule right now, as we are right now. Here it is. So, a quick synopsis about the New England Patriots. Couple of things. First, we know that Bill O'Brien has returned to the New England Patriots. He took over as OC over Matt Patricia. I believe this team this year is going to be much more professional, much more of a structured team this year on both offense and defense and quarterbacks in terms of more structure into the team this year. I feel like they're going to be much more professional and structured. I feel like this team has, a chip on their shoulders. Everybody on this team, especially Mac Jones himself, who has been rumored all throughout the offseason that he was going to be traded elsewhere, and the whole situation going on between him and Bill Belichick. But I think that's long past them now that they have the right coaching staff and they picked up some pieces in the offseason so far and during the draft. So let's go ahead. Let's get started. So week one, the New England Patriots are going to face the Philadelphia Eagles, the Super Bowl runner-ups. I think this is going to be a really tough game for the Patriots. It's a really tough game to start out in week one, especially in Gillette Stadium. But I still think Bill Belichick will probably have a nice game plan, or at least try to slow down Jalen Hurts. And it's going to be really important to see how Christian Gonzalez, who is going to be pretty much the starting cornerback for the New England Patriots, at least, who's going to be seeing a lot of playing time this season, and seeing how he's going to match up with receivers like Devonta Smith, A.J. Brown, and so on and so forth. And now that they have a consistent running back of DeAndre Swift, that's going to make things a lot more difficult. And as far as Jalen Hurts running with the football and everything, is going to be very hard for the Patriots to stop. And as we've seen before, they struggle with running quarterbacks. Week one, I believe the Philadelphia Eagles are going to give the New England Patriots their first loss of the season. I think it's going to be a lot for the Patriots to pick up on. I think it's not the greatest matchup in the world, but I could also see this being the case of where Belichick is going to play hardcore defense on this team, and maybe they could come away with the win, but I'm going with the Eagles right now in week one. Week two is a Sunday night football game. You get to play the Miami Dolphins. You're home again. I believe you're going to beat the Miami Dolphins at home. I think you're going to sweep with the Dolphins this year. I think you're going to beat them at home, and I also believe that you're going to lose to them in Miami. For whatever reason, at least in recent years, of course, the Patriots, Bill Belichick, Tom Brady, have always struggled against the Miami Dolphins, especially in recent years, as long as Tua has played for the Dolphins. I believe Tua is 3-0 against the Patriots. Last time the Patriots and the Dolphins played, Teddy Bridgewater played in that game, but that's also assuming if Tua is healthy for the full season. So right now, I have the Patriots splitting with the Dolphins. They win in week two on Sunday Night Football, and they lose to them in week 8. Week 3, you play the New York Jets, Aaron Rodgers in the New York Jets. To kind of clarify that a little bit, I think, again, like the Dolphins, I think you're going to split with the Jets this year. I'm going to say you probably beat them in week 3. The Jets are still going to kind of find out their true identity, where they are, where they stand statistically. I think the Jets and Aaron Rodgers is still going to kind of figure out like his new receivers. I mean, he's going to have Alan Lazard, he'll have Randall Cobb, he'll have a couple of his familiar players that he has already, but it's a new system, new atmosphere, new fan base. It's going to be totally different. So I'm going to go with the Patriots are going to win this game in week 3 in New Jersey. And then I'm going to say that they probably will lose to them in the last week of the season, because that's where at that point in the season, the Jets may come out and be able to figure out everything. By that time, the Jets will have everything figured out and they could be pushing for a late playoff run. Week 4, you play the Dallas Cowboys. I think you're going to lose to the Cowboys. I think the Cowboys are very technically sound. I like a lot of what the Cowboys have done in the offseason with Stephon Gilmore, getting him on that other side to help out Trayvon Diggs. The pass rush is very, very good, and I think that really can take advantage of the New England seven offensive linemen. So I think the Cowboys are going to win in week 4. I think they're revamped. I think they're going to be hungry, and they're going to be a pretty good team this year. Week 5, you play the New Orleans Saints at home. The Saints are new as well. Well, they're newer as well with Derek Carr being there. Maybe Derek Carr will have some things figured out and everything, but this is a really tough defense. I can see this game being a low-scoring game. I could see it probably being like a 19-13, 16-13, 17-10 kind of football game. I think the Patriots are going to come out on top and beat the Saints, though, in my honest opinion. I think the Saints are good, but I think the Patriots have more of I trust their coaching staff more than I trust with the Saints. Week 6, you go to Las Vegas and you play the Raiders. Now, this will be a rematch from last year's game that took place in Las Vegas. Last year, we saw what happened. Jacoby Myers threw the ball backwards, threw it to Chandler Jones, ran it back for a walk-off touchdown to win the game. I don't think that's going to happen this year. I think it's going to be a much more structured, much more competitive of a game. I think it's going to be a very close game, but I feel like Bill Belichick is going to want to get his revenge on the Raiders and Josh McDaniels from last year. And it's going to be tough for Jimmy Garoppolo to get the offense going. I think this is a really, really good offense for the Raiders, though. But I feel like Bill Belichick's defense is going to be hardcore and they're going to be ready to go. I think they can beat them in week 6. Week 7, you play the Buffalo Bills. If there's anybody in the AFC East that's going to probably sweep the Patriots this year, it's the Bills. I don't think Christian Gonzalez or this defense is very well matched up for Josh Allen or Stephon Diggs. So I'm going to say the Bills sweep the Patriots as of right now. Again, I can definitely see, obviously, this is early season predictions and everything, so please don't get at me too much. These are just based off of my opinion, but I think the Bills are way too much of a tough matchup for the Patriots. They're too fast for them to slow down. So I think they're going to. I think the Bills, if anybody in the AFC East, is going to sweep the Patriots this year. Then you go to week 9, you play the Commanders. You should be able to beat the Commanders. It's interesting because I don't think the Commanders are that bad of a team. They have some nice receivers that I could see really winning some of their matchups here, like Terry McLaurin or Curtis Samuel or Jahan Dotson. Like, there are some good receivers and they have a pretty good running game going and a solid offensive line, but quarterback is going to be the biggest issue for this team. We don't know if it's going to be Sam Howell. We don't know if it'll be Jacoby Brissett. So I'm taking the safe bet and taking the Patriots to win. Then in week 10, you play the Indianapolis Colts. This game is taking place in Germany. The Colts are going to be in a rebuild mode this year, at least. You should be able to beat the Colts. I think the defense is solid. We don't really know if Anthony Richardson or Gardner Minshew is going to be playing at that point in the season. So it's better to take it safe. And I trust Bill Belichick's defense to be able to take on Shane Steichen and the Indianapolis Colts. Then you're on a bye week in week 11. And then you go to week 12. Then you have to come back and you got to play the New York Giants. Now, another interesting game. I think this is another game that can really go either way. I could definitely see the Patriots coming out on top and beating the Giants, or I could see the Giants coming out on top and slightly putting on an upset over the Patriots. I think it will be a lower scoring game. These two teams know each other fairly well, considering that they've had history in the Super Bowl. I think, honestly, I think the Giants can come up with the upset here. If this game was being played in New England, I would say the Patriots would win, but I think there's a pretty good shot that I can definitely see like an upset coming here from Brian Daboll and company. And I'll go right now with the upset with the Giants. Then you go to week 13, you got to play the Los Angeles Chargers. Again, another really, really tough team here that you're going to have to face. You got to face Justin Herbert in that offense. This is a game, this is pretty winnable in my honest opinion for the Patriots, but it's also going to be very tough for them to slow down Justin Herbert, especially if he does have the wide receivers that he does in this game. That's if everybody stays healthy. So it's a winnable game for the Patriots. I think they can probably come out on top, but I'm going with the Chargers right now, I believe. Or I might go with actually, I'm going to hold this game off for now and we'll come back to it in a second. Then you go to Thursday Night Football, and then you play the Pittsburgh Steelers. Again, just like with the Chargers, another nice matchup here. This will be like a low-scoring defensive game between both Mike Tomlin and Bill Belichick. I think the Patriots are still slightly better than the Steelers, excuse me. I think they should be able to find a way to beat the Steelers. I think they will pull off the slight upset, in my honest opinion. I just think that, there's still a lot more questions to figure out with Kenny Pickett and this offensive scheme that Mike Tomlin wants to work with. Then week 15 is Monday Night Football. You play the Chiefs. The Chiefs are I'm sorry, I'm just gonna throw this out there right now. It'll be a tough game. I think the Patriots defense can match up well with the wide receivers of the Chiefs, but at the same time though too, it's Patrick Mahomes. He's going to make magic happen, and you don't have Tom Brady to come save the day. The Chiefs should be able to win that game. Week 17 you go to Mile High to play the Denver Broncos. Another winnable game for the Patriots. I think this is a game where you should be able to take the win, in my honest opinion. But again, you have Sean Payton now. This is Sean Payton's team and not Nathaniel Hackett's team. So that does make more of a disadvantage for the Patriots. So it's a game the Patriots, I feel like, could come in and win. So I might be able, I'm going to hold that game off for a second. So far I'm going to kind of take a look and see. So right now I have the Patriots right now. They're at a 7-8 record. So I'm going to probably say that it's very well possible they could come out on top and they can probably beat both the Chargers and the Broncos, or I can definitely see them losing some of these games here. Like I could see them beating the Giants, or I could see them losing to the Chargers, or I could see them losing to the Broncos too and beating the Chargers. So I think either way, I think you kind of finish your season around 9-8. I think you're playing in a tough division, a much tougher revamped division than you did last year, with the Bills on the rise right now, the Jets right there with Aaron Rodgers now, and you also have the Miami Dolphins that are also kind of there too. That is pretty much your kryptonite at a lot of times. So these are some of the things I do feel like that could potentially happen. So I think they could probably beat. I think they should be able to beat in week 16. I think they will win to beat the Broncos. I think they'll lose to the Chargers, and then we'll kind of say that it can go either way with the Giants game, I think. But I think the Giants could win this particular game here, and then they go in and they beat the Broncos here. So I'm looking at an 8-9, 9-8 record for the Patriots, which isn't terrible, to be quite honest with you. I don't think that's definitely that bad, in my honest opinion. I think it definitely could be worse than that. So I'm going to switch that back to the Patriots, but it's a really, really tough game to really decide there. But 9-8, I think that can probably squeak you into the playoffs just ever so slightly, go 2-4 in the division, and so on and so forth. So, I think this is a Patriots team that's right in they're not really in a rebuild, but they'll take some time to really figure out and gel out. And this will be very crucial for Mac Jones to come out on top and be able to prove that he is the guy for the Patriots. So, with all that being said, everybody, what do you think about the New England Patriots? Where do you think they're going to be in terms of their record this year? Do you think they're going to be above 500? Do you think they'll be below 500? Or where do you think they'll be? Let me know in the comments down below. Please be sure to drop a like on this video. Please be sure to subscribe, hit the notification bell too as well, so that way you can get some more NFL content here from JP Football Fanatics. It's JP Football Fanatics, aka James. Thank you so much for watching. We'll see you all next time. Peace.